Ever wonder how a kid from like Brooklyn ends up with his name in giant letters on buildings all over the world?
Well, that's what we're diving into today.
Decoding Donald Trump.
The man, the myth, the brand.
And trust me, there's a lot more to it than those crazy headlines.
Real deep.
Like way back to his early days working with his dad, building apartments.
Before the gold-plated penthouse suites.
And that's what I find so fascinating, this whole self-made narrative he's built around himself.
Totally. It's not exactly unusual for someone to follow in their father's footsteps, but Trump.
But Trump took it to a whole other level.
We went from learning the ropes to
Yeah.
crafting this persona.
Like he was destined for greatness.
Exactly. Remember that story about his dad supposedly saying everything he touches turns to gold?
Classic Trump.
Whether it's completely true or not, it feeds into this idea, this aura.
And boy, did he embrace the gold. The Grand Hyatt, revitalizing Grand Central Station, even a freaking ice skating rink. Those weren't just real estate deals, those were statements.
Absolutely. He positioned himself as the savior of New York City, the ultimate deal maker. And then, of course, there's Trump Tower.
Oh, you can't talk about Trump without mentioning Trump Tower.
It's the pinnacle.
Yeah.
With that, his name became synonymous with luxury.
It's all about the brand, right? But it wasn't enough for him to just conquer New York. Chicago, golf courses in Scotland, he took that Trump brand global.
He had this uncanny knack for tapping into people's aspirations.
Selling them a lifestyle.
But here's where it gets interesting.
Yeah.
While he was busy building these high-end hotels and golf courses,
He was also building affordable housing projects with his father.
see, there's always another layer, always more to the story.
It's like he wants us to forget where he came from.
Or maybe he wants to control which parts we remember.
And that's what's so crazy about this guy, right? It's like, just when you think you've got him pegged, he throws you a curveball.
Oh, totally.
Like, we went from Brooklyn to skyscrapers to, wait for it, beauty pageants,
Miss Universe, Miss USA,
a modeling agency, reality TV.
The Apprentice.
Dude was everywhere.
It all goes back to that brand building strategy.
So smart.
Each venture was like carefully chosen to reach a different audience.
Okay, but The Apprentice was genius. It wasn't just a reality show. It was like a masterclass in self-promotion.
Oh, 100%. He went from this larger-than-life real estate mogul to...
Yeah, like a relatable businessman.
Exactly. The boardroom, the tough decisions.
You're fired.
Iconic. He played it perfectly.
So speaking of deals and empires, we got to talk about Forbes, right? They've been tracking his net worth forever.
Yeah, they're kind of the gold standard when it comes to this stuff.
And they're currently estimating his net worth at, get this, $5.5 billion.
In billions. With a B.
It's mind-boggling.
And here's the thing. They don't just, like, throw darts at a board to come up with these numbers. Forbes has this really intense process.
They're thorough.
They analyze everything. Assets, debts, you name it.
And they're not afraid to call him out when they think something's fishy. There have been articles where they've questioned his valuations, pointed out potential inconsistencies.
Right, like how do you put an exact price tag on something like Trump Tower? Or any of his properties, really.
Good point. It's not like you can just look it up on Zillow.
Exactly. You've
Yeah.
got brand recognition, market fluctuations, the whole 9 yards.
Okay, so we've talked buildings, we've talked brands, we even talked beauty pageants.
There really is no one like him.
But you want to know the real key to cracking the code of Donald Trump?
I'm all ears.
His words.
Makes sense.
And luckily for us, he's written a ton of them.
Yeah, he has.
The Art of the Deal, Think Big, Never Give Up.
Catchy titles, right?
They're like mini billboards for his whole philosophy, you know.
Totally. Each one's like a little dose of Trump wisdom. Or at least that's how he's selling it.
And people are buying it. But there's this one quote from Think Big that really stuck with me.
Which one?
You have to think anyway, so why not think big?
Ooh, yeah. I see why you like that one.
Like, regardless of what you think of the guy, you gotta admit, that's a powerful message.
For sure. Especially here in America, right?
Right. It taps into this whole idea of the American dream.
Anyone can make it if they just set their mind to it. That kind of thing.
And whether he means it or not, people connect with that message.
Oh, absolutely. It's inspiring.
So, we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
From those early days in Brooklyn to, well, all of this.
Quite the journey.
We've looked at his business moves, his brand building strategies, the good, the bad, the gold-plated.
Trying to make sense of it all.
Exactly. But here's the thing. We haven't told you what to think.
Nope, that's up to you.
We've given you the pieces, shown you where to find the
And
information.
hopefully giving you some food for thought.
Exactly. So next time you see that name on a building, on TV, wherever,
You'll know there's a whole lot more to this story.
and maybe, just maybe, you'll look at it a little differently.